Alright guys, this video is to show you how to use the graphing calculator, which the model I have is TI-84 Plus, to find the correlation coefficient and to find the line that best fits the data from a scatter plot when they give you guys a table. The first thing is to actually put the data in the calculator, but before you do that, there's a couple things I want you guys to check when you use the calculator, or a few things. The first one is when you go to mode here, you need to go all the way down and check that the stats wizard is off. Stats wizard. The next thing is that you want to check or to do is to turn on the diagnostic. So if you press second and go to catalog, which is down here, go all the way down to the D's. It is in alphabetical order, the names, the application. So just go all the way down to the D's and look for diagnostic on. You want to turn on diagnostic. Turn on, and then you need to press enter again until it says done. What this does, it actually gives you the correlation coefficient when you find from your data. If you have it off, it won't give you the correlation coefficient, which is R. Alright, so to put your data in the calculator, remember we use the stats button, which is this one here. So you press on it, you want to edit your list, which is L1, L2. And sometimes I have trouble in class because students have a calculator that might not have L1, L2. They might have just L3, L5, L6. Notice that there's 6 lists that you can edit, but if you don't have L1, L2, this is what you can do in the calculator. You press stats button, choose number 5. So go to number 5, press enter, and it will say done again. And that, the setup editor, will have your L1, L2 in your calculator. So I'm going to edit number 1. I have my data already in the calculator. You just need to put all the numbers that are given to you from a table. Make sure that you do have the same amount of numbers. So I have 8 in L2, I have 8 in L1. You can see that little 8 there. This is the 7th number. This is the 7th number in L2. So we do have to have the same amount of numbers. Remember that L1 is your independent variables, which are X values. L2 are your dependent variables, which are the Y values. So to find the actual line that best fits the data and the correlation coefficient, you guys need, after you have your data, you need to press the stats button, go to your calculate option, which is up here, so you need to move to the right, and you go to number 8. Number 8 says linear regression, and they give you the little equation a plus bx. That's the one we're using. So number 8, press enter, or you can press the number 8 if you want. And you guys need to tell the calculator where is the data. If you're using different lists, for example, you're using L3, L4, you guys need to put L3, L4. Right now I have my data in L1, L2, so that's what I'm going to input. So I press second and I press L1. Remember that everything that's in blue in the calculator, if you want to use that function, you need to press second first. Anything that's green, you need to press the green button first. But right now we have L1, which is down here, comma. The comma is on top of the 7. Press the second, and then the L2, which is the number 2. Press enter. So you guys can see different variables, different values. They give you A, B, R squared, and R. We are worried about A and B, and the last one R. So those are the values that you're going to use for the line that best fits the data and correlation. So first of all, I'm going to write down the correlation. Okay, so R, and I'm going to write it down here. R is going to equal negative 0.96, and you always want to round off to two decimal places, hundredths place. So 1, 2, so it stays at negative 0.96. This is a negative correlation, meaning that the slope is negative. There's a relationship between correlation and slope. If one is negative, the other is negative. If one is positive, the other one is positive. But this is very strong negative correlation. Doesn't mean it has to be bad correlation, the relationship, but it is negative, it's decreasing. And for the line that best fits the data, remember we used a little hat on top of the y, and that's going to be our predicted value. We use this equation to predict, and we have A 17.79. I'll round off to hundredths place, 17.79, and our slope, which is b, the number next to the x, is negative 2. So I put minus 2.20 and x. So it is negative slope, just like the correlation is negative, and that's how you find the line best fits the data. Now this is from the data that we have in L1, L2. Using this equation, you can start predicting. You guys can start predicting values. Whatever value you want to predict for x. So let's say that x, you want to predict it when it equals 11. So you want to predict when x equals 11. What's the y value? What is the y value when x equals 11? You guys just plug in the 11 into the x, do everything on the calculator, and that's going to give you the y value, the predicted value. Let me put the little hat up here, because that predicted value doesn't have to be the actual result. It can be a little bit different, but it's just a prediction. Okay guys, well, this is how to find correlation coefficient and the line that best fits the data using a calculator, and I'll see you later.